What do a B12 vitamin, your voting rights, and your bank account all have in common? They're all under attack, and one of them almost took me out this week. Buckle up. It's not our Monday breakdown, but it's still just as relevant. I'm Christi Chanelle, and this is Sassy Politics. Welcome to this week's weekly breakdown. I know. Usually you hear from me on Monday. But real talk, a rogue B12 vitamin had other plans. One second I'm trying to be healthy. The next second I can't breathe. I am fighting for air and thinking, so this is how it all ends. Really? Over a vitamin. But the universe wasn't done with me yet, and honestly, it's a good thing because when I finally caught my breath, I realized something. Our democracy is joking too. Between the SAVE Act, Texas doubling down on voter suppression, new executive orders gutting financial protections, and attacks on civil rights, you'd think someone wants to suffocate progress altogether. So today, we're breaking it all down. The war on your right to vote, the quiet rollback of women's and minorities' financial freedom, Canada's election lessons, and whether protests on the Capitol steps are enough anymore. It's going to be a ride. Let's breathe deep and get loud. It's time for our weekly breakdown. Because sometimes life punches you in the throat, literally. I had a full-on Final Destination moment this week when my B12 vitamin squirted straight down the wrong pipe. Couldn't breathe, couldn't talk, couldn't move. It took me out. Like, I have to tell you that I don't know that I've ever experienced anything like that, and I hope never will again. It was very traumatic. I went into the cabinet like I normally do to get my vitamins, my vitamin D, just everything that I take in the morning, including my B12 syringe. You know, I squirt it under my tongue. It's all good to go. It's like a half a syringe or whatever. All good. Not so much. Yesterday morning, I squirted it and somehow, I guess it went down the wrong pipe and I could not breathe. I'm talking type of breathing. I couldn't do it. It was terrifying, and somewhere I got a little bit of sanity and thought, you can breathe through your nose. That's what I did, and it was terrifying still. My daughter ended up waking up, coming out and going, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? I still don't know how I choked on liquid, and I will be more cautious when it comes to that little syringe choking me to death. It took me out so much that I couldn't film a podcast episode yesterday. It was, I can't explain it. There are no words, so I'm not going to try. Just know and be safe with those syringes, okay? Be safe. That's my PSA for today. So yeah, I missed Monday, but trust me, I didn't miss a damn thing out there. And today, we're unpacking it all. Deep breath. Let's get into it. The SAVE Act, Federal Voter Suppression in Plain Sight. And I'm sure you'll argue with me about it. But hey, sometimes, unfortunately, you're gonna have to see it for yourself. So for now, I'm just gonna put the pieces of the puzzle together. And hopefully, it may open your eyes to some things. That's all I can do, right? First up, the SAVE Act. Cute name, right? Sounds like it's about saving democracy, but it's really about strangling it. The SAVE Act would force Americans to provide documentary proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections. And here's the kicker. It's not about illegal voting. It's about making it impossibly hard for real citizens to vote. Especially women who've changed their names, naturalized immigrants, indigenous communities, and people of color. You thought voter ID laws were bad. This is voter ID laws on steroids. They want you to bring your birth certificate, marriage certificate, naturalization papers, maybe even your grandma's handwriting sample, just to prove you deserve a ballot. And if your documents don't match perfectly, you're out. And because Texas always says, hold my beer, they're doubling down. House Bill 2197 just dropped, reinforcing voter ID laws even harder. It targets voter registration drives. It adds extra scrutiny on naturalized citizens. It's the SAVE Act, but with a Texas twang. If the federal attack doesn't get you, your own state will. And if you're wondering who this affects most, it's women, it's minorities, it's first-generation citizens. It's the voices they're most afraid of. And you know what? That fear tells me that we're more powerful than they want us to realize. While you were worrying about voting rights, they slipped in another gut punch. Trump signed Executive Order 14281. What it actually does is kill protections against discrimination in credit, housing, education, and jobs. Specifically, it guts disparate impact liability. The rule that says even if you didn't mean to discriminate, you still can't have policies that functionally harm women or minorities. Without it, banks can deny women loans again. Employers can build hiring systems that leave minorities out and say, oops, not intentional. This is how systematic discrimination creeps back in through the side door while everyone's looking at the front. They aren't just trying to control where we vote. They're trying to control where we live, how we work, and whether we can breathe financially at all. Control the money, control the freedom. Every time. Meanwhile, Canada watched the U.S. circus and said, no, thank you. In their snap election this weekend, the Liberal Party under Mark Carney secured a majority. Canadians basically ran, not walked, to protect their democracy. They watched Trump flirt with the idea of annexing Canada as the 51st state, and they said, hell no. Honestly, I wish more Americans voted like their lives depended on it, because they do. And then we had the sit-in at the Capitol. Cory Booker and Hakeem Jeffries led a 12-hour protest against GOP budget cuts that would gut Medicaid, education, and voting access. Here's where I'm torn. I love the symbolism. I love the fight, but I also know performative politics when I see it. Will this sit-in stop the budget cuts? Probably not. Will it wake a few more people up? Maybe. I'll give them credit for trying, but we need action behind the optics, and fast, because photo ops won't save our rights. People in motion will. 50 states of WTF, where we watch the courts and the states so you don't have to. This week's shout out goes to the state of Kansas. Their Supreme Court just struck down an attempt to ban gender-affirming care for adults and minors. It's a rare W in a sea of losses lately, and a reminder that sometimes the courts do their damn job. Meanwhile, back in Missouri, lawmakers are pushing a bill to allow businesses to deny service to LGBTQ plus customers based on sincerely held beliefs. So yeah, one step forward, 2 steps WTF. Stay mad, stay loud, we're watching. This week almost took my literal breath, but I'm still here, and so are you. They want us exhausted. They want us hopeless, but we are stubborn. We are breathing, and we're coming for our future with fire in our lungs. Stay awake, stay breathing, and stay fighting. I'll see you next week unless another vitamin tries to assassinate me. Love you, miss you, bye.